Hold back the night. The streets are filled with laughter. Soon I'll be after you once again. Come to my house and say we're friends. I can't help but see.
So the reason that I have brought Write No Matter What to this tractor is because I wanted to talk about something that was happening to my writing several years ago now. It was after I'd written my first novel and it had been turned down by 16 publishers, and I was really struggling to find the confidence to start another one. And I found that all I could write about was stuff from my childhood. I grew up on a farm. And I was trying to resist this because in my head I was thinking, dude, you've got to write a second novel. You can't just sit around writing about your childhood and all the fun times that you've had driving tractors on your dad's knee. But it was the only thing that I really enjoyed writing about. So I went with it. And I then went on a writing retreat. And I remember sitting in the grounds of the retreat and talking to one of the tutors. And I was talking to him about this fact that I just couldn't stop writing about my childhood. And I was really conflicted. And he just looked at me and he said, "It must have been an amazing childhood." And I thought, yeah, it really was. And he said, "And it must make you really happy writing about it." And I thought, yeah, it does. And he was like, "So what's the problem?" So I guess this is my point, and this is the whole point of Write No Matter What. If we can't write what we want to write, and if we can't write what makes us happy, what's the fucking point? So here we go. 10 minutes of writing because I love it, and 10 minutes of writing exactly what I want to write. Let's see what happens.
Turn on the light. I can't see where I'm running. The future keeps coming.
Here, sitting on this tractor with memories of my youth and a writing prompt, which is the word bell. Okay, so in the spirit of honesty, the first word that came to mind, or first two words, bell end. I heard a voice in my head that said, "You can't use that as a jumping off point." But you know what? I can. What comes to mind now is the last time I saw my parents and the fact that I read them the opening chapter of my memoir. The reason for this is that in so many writing workshops that I run on fear, the fear of how people will respond when you're writing non-fiction comes up a lot. The fact that they will suddenly know something about you, something personal. Who cares, I think? At least you'll be published. But no, seriously, that fear can be there, which is why I wanted to read the opening of my memoir to my parents. I have a publisher who is really interested in the project, and I don't want anything holding me back. But the fact is, the book starts with me in an audition for the Rampant Rabbit vibrator. I talk about orgasms, sex, and yes, bell ends. So I read it to my parents. And I faced it all. If I can't do this, I thought, I can't bloody finish the book. So, I've lost my place. If I can do this, I thought, i.e. reading it to my parents, I can bloody finish the book. It's what I want to write. It's fun to write. And it's a story I really want to tell. A story about the lengths I went to in order to become a writer. So, as this winter sun plays out upon the rusted metal of this tractor, I say, give yourself permission. Allow your imagination to speak any which way it wants, telling the story that it longs to tell. All you writers, get to it, no matter what. Yeah, that was a really interesting one. I think it's the first time that I've read it out in the, I don't know if we've done a dozen yet, where I've stumbled in the reading. And I think this is because I was more relaxed. It was because I thought, I've been really honest. So if I make a mistake, if I stumble, that's okay. Whereas I think the ones that I've done before, I've been like, right, the camera's there. I've read this piece. I've got to read it really well. So today I just felt super relaxed. And it's like a perfect example of what happens when you just let yourself do and write exactly what it is you want to do and exactly what it is you want to write about.